Morning. My name is Ollie, and this is not the official name. This is probably temp, or maybe we might leave it permanent. But the name for this is basically going to be like Thoughts with Ollie. Um, my name is Ollie. I'm 20, South Africa. That's where I come from, and this channel is basically going to be sort of like my diary entry or a journal entry for me every single time I get a profound thought. Um, I've been meaning to make this for like 3 years in the making. For those that really know me personally, they've known about my content history in the past, and this is one of them. And yeah, 3 years down the line, I've finally decided that I want to share the one thing that I'm good at in life, and or one thing that I believe is my strong suit, and that is sharing a thought or just thinking in general. Um, right now, I feel like this is the only way I can probably give back to the world as a whole, where I share my insight and try and open a mind or a deeper mind within by seeing world from a different perspective. I'm gonna be trying to give you different opinions based on how I view my personal events or basically any social political. That's if I do dive into those type of topics later on in future. I'm not really quite sure what, and yeah, back to the Towers video. It's just getting started. It's This is the genesis moment for me, basically just getting started. It's in the name. This video has been like 3 years in the making. 3 years from now, back in the day, I think I was 17. 17 was the first time I started doing content on anything, basically. And sorry with reactions that flopped. Then it didn't flop. I just lost steam in it because it wasn't as mentally engaging or stimulating as I thought it would be. Just put up a camera, watch a video, act, and then post it. Very low format video. And then after that, I did a content switch, and then I went into thought provoking videos where it's similar style to what I'm doing now, but this I guess is going to be more simple because there wouldn't be as much editing as there was, with the reaction to us more of you're there to watch me react to something you would like more. There isn't a real connection to me. And right now I want to get known in the fact of, I want to be able to embed my line of thought into as many minds as I can as possible. If I think that I have a quality brain, as much as I haven't experienced that much life myself, but I believe what I have to say could have a positive, really, really positive impact on someone's life. Yeah, so as I was saying, so I did a content switch. It was very artistic but also very, at the time, what I thought was very thought provoking content. I did like two videos and then I chucked it out, and then ever since then I've been very quiet when it came to the content space. Until like the past year, where I started doing small pieces on like a WhatsApp story, WhatsApp status. Those that know me know the regular stories I write or the small pieces where I try to get engagement from the people around me. Um, Now I feel like this is the moment to try and get as many people into a collective, basically. Just sharing a thought. That's the one thing I want to do. I want to keep on learning, and I feel like that's the best way to do it. So yeah, just getting started. I realized this was one of my biggest fear, the fear of starting anything. You know, I'm not that very consistent of a human being. I'm not that disciplined in my own right. Um, I'm very forgiving of myself, but in that forgiving, I'm allowing myself to betray myself over and over again and give very good reasons on why I shouldn't start something. Like the whole content thing. The good reasons I would give myself is no, you have to study, no, you have school, no, you have wada. And those are all good reasons, justified. They're reasonable to think of that no, you're not bullshitting. You actually have to do those things. But in the end, they're all excuses. When someone else in my same position could be like, yes, I have to study, but this also has to take priority, aka maybe content, or maybe working out, or maybe reading. Where's this beautiful book? Uh, Reading the Bible, something like that. You know, um, that's the one thing I fear for myself is giving myself too good of reasons not to do something that's very important to me. Um, with all of that being said, it's also the fear of getting started comes with the fear of the unknown outcome, not knowing what is going to be next or not knowing what would happen if I do start. That's also something that I also feared, the impact on my personal life, as protected as I am of the two, three people that I keep in my circle, also my own peace. I'm very skeptical when it comes to being out there and all of the above. People that know me really know that I'm very secluded in the fact, I don't like being out there. I don't like that many people knowing me. I don't, I'm very incognito. A friend of mine once told me that I'm the type of person that if I don't want to be found, I will not be found. And that's a fact. Um, do I do it on purpose? Yes, I do. Do I want it to end? No, not really. But the high pitched crazy. Not really, but when I do decide to end it, which is, I guess, this might be it because I have a bit more accountability, and I guess a few eyes would be on me expecting me to do something. Nor do I necessarily expect any of you guys to give me anything. That's not the whole purpose of this channel. I'm not here to look for admiration or fame or love or advice or anything. This is just me pasting my thoughts and trying to understand this thing up here a bit more. So yeah, with all that being said, for this video, especially just getting started, I realized that I have to stop betraying myself. I have to stop betraying myself. You know, it's fun and all in the short term that, you have these good reasons to protect yourself from X, Y, and Z, but then for how long are you going to be giving yourself these reasons? How long are you going to be backtracking or slowing down your progress in life? I'm one person who's explicitly not happy with where I am in life. I'm content with my situation at the point, at where I am right now, but I'm not happy with it. And me giving myself these excuses is just more the reasons why I just need to get started. Um, for an intro video, I didn't want to get too. I don't want to get too much in depth into why I do the way I do things. More of, I just want to get started, make this as simple as possible, as this is as simple as it's gonna be. This is the first hurdle that I have to take, take the first step, take write the first page, or talk to the first person. It all matters with the first thing you're gonna do. So whether how this video outcome presents itself, I'm still gonna post it. I'm not gonna share it on anywhere because I'm not looking to get mass engagement. and everything. I'm just here for the vibes. And again, like I said, to learn. So this is more like a note for myself to be like, just get started. And I can't wait to see what you, Ollie, get to become a year's time from now doing this type of content, especially out there, because you're tired of writing in your notes app. You're tired of having those two, three people comment the same thing over and over again. And I love those people, but it's time to engage yourself and put yourself on a platform where you will not be forgotten. That's the whole archive purpose of this. And with that being said, this is just getting started. The first video on thoughts with Ollie. I have no idea when this is going to come up, but when it does, oh well, it is what it is. Bye.